Let's get the latest on the story now. Our UK correspondent Natalie Powell joins us for the latest in results. Natalie, what do we know so far? Like we're saying, Ed Miliband more or less conceding defeat. So what happens now?
I think this has come as a bit of a shock to anybody. The polls up until yesterday were neck and neck between the Labour Party and the Conservative Party, and we may even be looking now at a Conservative Party outright win. Now, as we've been talking about, the Conservative Party needs 326 seats to form a majority in the UK House of Commons. Out of those 326 seats, though, 3 of those seats are not actually in use. They're abstentions. So really, David Cameron needs 323 seats to secure that majority. And if we're looking at how the results are shaping up, because of a number of surprise victories for the Conservatives and a great deal of losses to the Conservatives from the Lib Dem party, well, it could well mean that David Cameron will actually get that outright majority without even having to form a coalition government or a minority government. So all to watch for in the coming hours as the rest of the results come in.
If that happens, and like you say, there won't be a coalition government, what does this mean for Britain? Because this is how it's been for a good few years now, is that they've had to contend with one of those. But having an outright majority winner, what will that do for David Cameron and the Conservatives?
Well, that will essentially make their lives a lot easier. They won't have to negotiate anything else with another party. They can pass their laws as they wish, and all of their campaigns, all of their proposals will be able to go ahead unless there's huge opposition from the rest of the House of Commons. But when you have a majority in the House of Commons, it simply means that it's a lot easier for you to get your proposals through the door and made into laws. So David Cameron's job could be made a lot simpler. However, we have had for the past 5 years a coalition government here in the UK between the Conservatives and the Lib Dems, and a lot of people in the UK believing that that coalition has worked quite well. The Lib Dems staying more in the centre, whereas the Conservative Party is perhaps more to the right. So it'll be interesting to see if the Conservative Party does win an outright majority in this, just where they stand after this, and certainly where Britain will stand, having been used to perhaps that situation where you've had one party to the right and one party to the centre, both combined when it comes to decision making in the country.
So Natalie, we're looking at just 7 seats more that David Cameron needs, and still a few hours to go with the results coming in. How long do you think it'll take for them to know whether they have those seats, and how close are they?
Well, normally we understand that the last results should come in around 7 a.m. local time. Now, that's in about half an hour from now. However, we understand there's been a few issues when it comes to counting votes. And one of the votes that's being looked at quite a lot at the moment is the seat that is being contested by UKIP, the UK Independence leader, Nigel Farage. Now, what we're hearing from reports there is that they haven't even begun the vote counting process, so it might not be until 11 a.m. local time, that's 12 in South Africa, that we get that result from Nigel Farage's hoped seat.
Hi Natalie, can you hear me?
Oh, you're back, sorry.
Yes, just a quick one. Final results expected when this afternoon?
Well, as I've said, when all results are counted, which may be a good few hours yet, but it might also be that in the coming hours we do get that Conservative majority that it does look like it may be heading towards. Now, if that is the case, what happens is David Cameron doesn't have to, but will go and meet with the Queen and ask her permission to form a government here in the UK. However, if he doesn't get that majority, well, we can expect a few days' worth of wrangling and negotiations at least with smaller parties to get that overall majority.
All right, we'll wait to hear. Thank you very much, our UK correspondent Natalie Powell, with the latest on general elections there.